Hi. I guess a lot of people have already joined our session. So let's start, guys. First of all, I would like to thank FEA for inviting me as your guest speaker today. I'm really honored. I'm super excited to be here with all of you today. And yes, today I'm going to take you through my journey of becoming an engineer, an actor, a theater artist, everything which I've done till date. I'm going to share it with you guys. And I'm also going to share all my obstacles, all my struggles which I've faced during my journey. And I really hope that my experiences are going to help you in some or the other ways in your life. So, yeah, let's start with my introduction. My name is Apala Bisht. I'm basically from Uttarakhand, Almora. I'm a proud Pahari. But I'm born and brought up in Bhopal because my father was posted there back then. Um, I've done my engineering and my graduation, my schooling, everything from Bhopal. I'm a software engineer and actor, as you guys already know. So yeah, let's start with my becoming an engineer. My journey of becoming an engineer first. Then I'll share my acting passion afterwards. So yes, I'm going to cover all these things in the coming time, in coming minutes, guys. So I'm going to start my journey with, I'll start sharing my journey with you now. Okay, so my journey of becoming an engineer started with me recognizing my interests in computers. I was very young I might be in 7th or 8th class. So I started liking computers very much, and I used to score good in my theory as well as practical exams. And I was very curious about computers, that how it works and what are the things behind this machine and what makes it work, what is the software, what is the hardware. And I was really curious since my childhood. So as soon as that stage in my life came where I had to decide that what am I going to be, what am I going to do in my life. So yeah, I thought of doing something in computers. I discussed it with my parents. I discussed it with my dad, with my mom, that I want to do something in computers, but I don't know what to do. So the option which seemed perfect for me that time was doing engineering in computer science. So yeah, I decided that yes, I'm going to do computer science engineering in my life. But then there was the biggest struggle of my life which arrived in just front of me, which was going through maths and science. Yes, guys, if you want to pursue engineering in any of the stream, in any of the subjects, you have to go through math science. You have to opt for math science as your further studies subjects in 11th, 12th. So I was pathetic in maths. I used to, run away from maths. I was so bad at it, and I used to fear it all my life. I, I, I thought that I just couldn't bear maths in my life. So I thought, what should I do? I discussed it with my. Yes, Dolly, I'm going to share my acting career also with you after my engineering journey. So yeah, so yes, I told my father that I wanted to do computer science engineering, but I don't think that I can uh, you know do maths in my life. I've never done that. I've been an average student in maths. So there my father's motivation came into the picture, and he really counseled me very well. He made me understand that maths is not that difficult, that you're just going to give up on your dreams just because of maths. That's not done. And I was always very much fascinated about my father's stories, that he used to tell me that he was very good in maths when he was growing up, and he used to top in his schools, and he used to teach other people maths. And he always told me that what, maths is such an interesting subject. If you will try it, at least try it, you're gonna like it. So he really counseled me well. He said that you have one whole year in front of you, that is your 10th class. And after 10th, uh, there's a procedure that if you want to take math science in 11th, 12th, you have to really score well in those subjects in your 10th class. So yes, I took the challenge. I did not give up, and I took help from a also. I still remember her name. Her name was Ruchi Didi. I took her help. I took my dad's help, and I read a lot of books, and I started focusing on in my maths lecture. Uh, I started listening to my teachers, and the interesting part is that I started enjoying maths in my 10th class. Yes, that's true. Uh, I really started enjoying it, and I started becoming good in it. And I was just doing it because I wanted to pursue my dream, that was computer science engineering. And so I had to go through maths. And you won't believe it, I got through maths in 10th, and not only I got through in maths after 10th, but I also topped my 10th exams, and I topped in maths specifically, and I got the trophy for maths, and my parents were super happy, and they were like, oh my God, what has just happened? You just topped in maths. They were really, really proud of me. And that day, that is the first advice I'm going to tell you guys, give you guys, um, through my experience, that it's okay to be nervous. It's okay to be, fearful sometimes. We all fear something in our lives, and we also always are scared of something. We are nervous sometimes, but just don't give up because you're scared. Just think that if I would have given up my dream of becoming an engineer just because I was scared of maths, I would have not been here today. So yeah, don't let fear come in your way of dreams. Okay, so that's my first advice. Yes, I got my subjects, math science. I did my 11th, 12th with PCM, that is physics, chemistry, maths. If you want to go for engineering, you have to opt for math science, and it's not necessary just that you opt for chemistry and physics. You can also go for bio. So I took physics and chemistry and maths. So yeah, I completed my 11th, 12th, and then I started preparing for my entrance exams. Now, this is the second thing. After taking maths and science, after completing your 11th, 12th, there are a lot of entrance exams through which you can enter colleges, engineering colleges. There is a big list of entrance exams. You can go for any of the exams, like there are JEE mains, AIEEE, PET, and some colleges also have their own personal, private exams, entrance exams. If you have a specific college in your mind, just research about that college if they have their own personal entrance exams, so you can go for them also. I gave AIEEE and PET, which is All India Engineering Entrance Exam, and pre-engineering test. So yeah, I appeared for both the exams, and it was okay. Like, it was a little harsh on me to prepare for the entrance exams, but then I got through it. I also, if you want to go for some government colleges, there is a specific cutoff marks limit. If you score above that marks, those cutoff limit marks, you can go for government colleges also. So I got a college in Bhopal. I always preferred a college in Bhopal because I was not ready to leave my city back then. I was scared of going away from my parents. So yes, I entered into my engineering life. Now I will share all the obstacles and struggles which I faced during my graduation, and everything which scared me in my college. First of all the subjects were too technical for me, and we in school, we don't deal with such technical schools. So I was very, I was not aware of all these things, so it appeared alien to me. I was really scared that am I going to perform well in these subjects? What am I going to do? So yeah, that was first fear. And how many failures have you faced? Of course, I'm going to tell you, Rajkumar. That's what I'm proceeding with right now. I'm going to tell you my failures, obstacles, and struggles, whatever I've faced in my journey of becoming an engineer. So yeah, the subjects were too technical. The teachers were like, the constant pressure of performing well every day. And when in every stream, in any field you will go, you will come across people like like your teachers, your seniors, who will scare you, who will tell you that if you will not perform well, you're going to lose opportunities, you're going to fall behind, and uh, you'll not get good jobs, and you'll be left behind, your friends will do better than you, and all those things, it starts creating uh, insecurities, a lot of insecurities in your mind, and you start fearing about things. So that's what started happening with me, in the constant pressure of performing well. And also my teachers told me that if you will fail even in one subject of the semester, uh, you'll get really less opportunities for job in the future, because companies really search for students who haven't failed in any subject in the entire journey of engineering. So also I was scared of that, so I used to study hard, I used to focus on it, and I was crazy that time, I'm super scared. So yeah, it was going on okay. But as soon as the time came when all the companies started coming in our college in third year, for placements, for recruitments. What's your name? My name is Apala Visht Rinku. If you have joined late, who inspired you in every moment, ma'am? Because my dad, my mom, and there are a lot, there's a big bunch of people who've inspired in my life. First of all, my parents, my younger sister, and my teachers, people who have criticized me, people who have demotivated me also have done a big role in my success. They were also behind my success because they thought that I couldn't do it. So I did it for them and for my parents, and I'm here right now. Um, Pronunciations, I'll come to that. Thalwar Khan, I'll come to that point also. So yeah, I was in the middle of my story, yes. So when the time came when all the you know companies started coming up, and for placements and for recruitments, that was the craziest time of my life, because I was, when you uh, initially appear for some kind of competition in your life, which was the first phase in my life, and I was appearing for a, you know uh, competition, because there are a lot of expectations behind us all the time. I was in a pressure that, my parents expect a lot from me, my relatives expect a lot of things from me, my friends have expectations from me. So the pressure of expectations actually, you know sometimes make you little haywire. It was kind of phase in my life, and I was crazy. I didn't know what to do. I was studying, but still I was nervous that I'm gonna, get through or not. So yeah, the thing which started happening, the second advice I'm gonna give you through my experience, what happened to me was that I was clearing all my writtens. All the writtens, I used to do well in my writtens. I was clearing it very easily, but as soon as the interview, I'm going for the interviews, I was constantly thinking that I am not gonna survive this interview, I'm gonna fail because I'm less confident, maybe I'm not that confident like my friends, so I'm gonna lose it. And that's what exactly was happening to me. I was not able to clear the interviews. Like, I faced so many rejections, in my interviews in those times. I was really depressed that what is wrong with me. But then after getting so many rejections in my interviews, one day I sat and thought that what is so wrong with me? If I'm clearing my written, that means I know things. I've learned, I've studied, but why am I not able to clear my interviews? So the thing which came into my mind is that I was giving a lot of energy to my negative thoughts. You know, I was constantly thinking that I'm not gonna pass, I'm not gonna, survive the interviews, and that's what was happening to me. And also, this nervousness and this fear was acting against me. It was putting me down. It was showing in my body language. It was showing in my communication. My body language was appearing less confident, and that's what the interviewers always look for. They're not looking for the 100% answers to their their questions, they are not expecting that you know everything about it. Come on. I mean, you know, the first thing I'm gonna tell you is that in interviews, first of all, they look for the confidence in you. You know, how confidently you can survive pressure, because in software industry you have to really go through a lot of pressure. Your patience and your confidence, even if you don't know the answer, how patiently and how confidently you can actually, you know, take that thing, accept your mistake, just say that I don't know the answer and I can go and find the answer for you, but sorry, I don't know the answer of this question. You can ask me something else. So that is your honesty, which they look for. Okay. So I decided to be fearless. You know, I thought that let it happen. Whatever be the case is, I'm going to give the interviews. I will not be scared. I will not be, you know, always thinking about my failures. And also, my father gave me this very beautiful piece of advice to me when I was, you know, underconfident about giving my maths exams. I will answer that, Remo Ram. How to solve your all your problems, of course. That's what I'm telling you, that problems, you cannot avoid problems, Abhishek Jha. They will come to you. Every person in this world, every field, have their own set of problems and, you know, worries, stress. You have to develop that mechanism, your own mechanism of dealing with your problems. Like I developed all those mechanism in the different phases of my life. Like first, I was very scared of maths, so I was about to give up, but then I didn't give up. I tried it with all my energies, with all my dedication, focus, because I really wanted to go for engineering. So when I, tried it, I gave it my shot, gave it my good shot. I succeeded. So that was my first thing, that never give up. It's okay to be nervous, but don't give up just because of the fear. Secondly, when I was dealing with these interviews, I'm telling you what happened next. So my father gave me this advice that, you know what, uh, I know you're nervous and I know sometimes you feel like giving up, but uh, failure doesn't matter in life. What matters the most is trying. What worse can happen to you? Either you're going to fail or you're going to succeed in your life. If you're going to fail, then that's not the end of your life, guys. You have so many things to do in this life, and your passion, your profession, it's not your life, it's just a part of your life. Okay, lot many people who are so successful right now, pick any of the example, read stories, inspiring stories. They have faced failures more than all of us. They have, you know, fallen so many times. They've got up and tried again. So that's the main thing. What worse can happen? If you will fail, you will try again. Okay, but what if you succeed? That can change your life. So just try for things, just go for it, just take risks. Okay, so I decided to be very confident. I worked on my confidence, I worked on my communication skills. Communication skills are really important, guys. You know, uh, there is no shortcut to experience communication skills and your confidence. You know, even if you're less talented, it's okay. You will get better with time. You know, because practice makes everybody, you know, better. So yeah, positive thoughts are very important, guys. Of course, I told you that I was thinking very negatively when I was appearing for my interviews. So uh, this is what happened with me after that. Ki, I tried, I worked on my communication skills. I read a lot many books about it. It's okay to take help from anywhere you can, from people who are more experienced, or through books or through videos. These times a lot of options are available for you. Back then there were not many options, but yes, I took help from my seniors. I read a lot of books about how to work on your body language, your communication skills, and I started fearing less. I started getting scared, little less scared, and yes, communication skills are very important, because even if you know the answer, even if you know something about something, for example, if you'll ask me what is an operating system or what is a computer, even if I know the answer, but I should have those skills in me, through which I can explain you better, right? Right now, I'm telling you my story, right? But if I'll tell you in such a way that you'll not understand it, or if I'm confused, you'll be confused too, because this is my story, I'm telling you. But I'm not telling you in a proper way, not in a proper language, you'll not understand it. And you might think that I'm less confident. I don't know the answer, and I don't deserve it. I don't deserve the role in that company because I don't know how to talk. So yeah, that is very important. So communication skills, guys, just work on your communication skills, and it will get better with time. Don't worry, I was also very dumb that time. I'm still learning, I'm still working on me. So yes. So the best thing about it, I started thinking positive and started working on myself and started getting less fearful, and I started cracking interviews. Yes, it really helped me a lot. I cracked so many interviews after that, and I got my first job in Indore in Apticraft Software. And yes, that was my first job in engineering. I started working as a software developer there, a junior software developer. Depression, and how can I improve my English? Depression and English. I'm gonna talk about both the points now. Uh, Mridul Mishra, first of all, I'll answer you. See, you will come across a lot of people who will demotivate you in your life. A lot of people have demotivated me in my life also. You know, uh, why are you going for engineering? Why are you going for acting? It's not gonna work out. You're a girl, and you should go for careers which are more stable for you, which will give you more results. Why don't you go for some government job and all these things? So you'll come across these people in your life a lot. You'll find it, these kind of people are everywhere, in companies, in other fields, everywhere. Your neighbors might be like this, or you will find them in your family also. In your friends, you'll find that one friend who will demotivate you, will tell you that, oh no, you are going to do this is a flop plan. But don't get intimidated by people, because you have to live your life, okay? So they are not gonna come and live your life. They don't know how passionate you are for a thing which might sound crazy to them. Okay? So if you start doing things according to them, what is the difference between you and them? They don't have that mental state to understand you. That's their fault. Even I will say that if your parents will not understand you, and you really want to do something in your life, you're telling your parents that I want to do this, and they're not supporting you. They are saying no, no, don't do this, do this, do that. So